I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast, and every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars.
So if you're someone that suffers from knee pain or low back pain, whenever you're doing lower body exercise, or maybe just in general, and you're trying to get into exercise, and this is something that's stopping you, this is going to be the video for you. So the reason your knees or your back is bothering you when you're doing anything with the lower body is because your hips aren't working. That's a telltale sign that the hips aren't doing their job. The glutes especially aren't doing their job to really be the main mover of that hip hinge, of that hip joint, which is so incredibly important in everything we do. So what we're going to do today is we're going to work on our split squat. Split squat is a little different than the way I do it, is a little different than how most people set it up. I see it as one of the most butchered exercises in and out of gyms. And so I want to give you guys a really good quality video of how to set this one up properly, to feel it appropriately, but how we can also use a tool to make it even better than it could be just body weight. So what we're going to do to set ourselves up is we're going to grab a big loop band. So I have a big loop band here attached to my treadmill, and you can attach this to dumbbell rack, cable machine, pole in your garage, whatever works best for you. So to set this up, we're going to grab that loop band, and we're going to go ahead and put our front foot of whatever side we really want to work. That front foot is going to be the main one. So we're going to put that front foot into the band. Once I get it there, I want to set myself up in my little split stance. So I'm going to go just a little step back. You'll typically see people go really wide steps here, and this isn't very athletic. I can't move quickly from this position. I really want to be here. So think about just like taking a normal step back. That's where you really want to have your foot. So once I get my foot in position, I'm not flattening the back foot. I'm staying athletic. I'm staying all my weight, 90% of my weight on that front leg. So now that I'm in position, I want to let the band take the knee. Let the band win. And then feel how you pull the knee back. I'm not just locking my leg. I'm pulling the knee back. And as I pull the knee back, I can see my hips go back further, and I can start to feel my glute, my hamstring start to fire up. And those are two of the biggest muscle groups in our hips and our legs. We want them doing almost all the work. So now if I pull against it, I feel the activation there. From this position, I want to make sure I keep that back heel up. A lot of times people will just want to cheat and shift their weight back, and I'm not getting the activation because I'm trying to weight the back leg. So again, I want to pull the knee back, feel the activation, but I'm really leaning over that front leg. You can see I'm really over the front leg. I'm not upright, I'm over that front leg. So once we get this, once I kind of feel that activation, now I want to see, can I start to move in a little bit of a hinge? And yeah, this is called a split squat. Split squat, you're usually pretty upright, but a split squat isn't very athletic. Like being upright like this, moving, this isn't a very athletic position. This, on the other hand, we see in every sport. So now I want to see, can I get activation? Can I keep the glute engaged? And can I keep that knee right in that same position in space? And can I just start getting a little bit of movement from that hip? I'm keeping that nice flat back. And just working, I can feel, guys, that glute's already toasting up just for me resisting that band as I go up and down. Now, if that's tough for you to get into that deeper hinge position, just aim for that sweet spot. Stay in that sweet spot. The more you're in that sweet spot and the glute starts to recognize what it's supposed to do, it'll start unlocking the hips. And then you're going to be able to go a little deeper and a little deeper and a little deeper until you're really getting that full, healthy range of motion. And that's what we're looking for. I don't need a huge range of motion. I want a healthy range of motion. What are we going to typically see in our sport, in our daily activities? And this is a pretty good setup for that. So right here, if this is already toasting my hips, this is great as a warm-up before some big lower body day. But this is also just really good if you're bad with lower body stuff. Make this one of your exercises. Use the band as your feedback, right? If you're not feeling the glute and you're feeling the quad, remember you can use the band to tell you what muscles to feel. And that's the best part about using this band distraction. Now, if this is easy for you or you've mastered it and you want to kind of take it up the next level, this is where we'll go ahead and we'll grab a dumbbell. So I got a 25-pound dumbbell here. I'm going to get back into that same position. So I got that band high up on the knee. I'm backing up where, all right, got a decent amount of tension there. I'm going to take my little step back, and then I'm going to start getting into my athletic stance. From here, I'm pulling the knee back. Oh, I can already feel everything engaging. And then when I hold the weight, I don't want to hold it in the offhand because it wants to pull me away from that hip. I want to load that hip. So I want to keep that weight on the same side. And then from there, now I got the weight, I want to support it. I want to see how I can kind of move through that position, through that exercise, but keeping that glute engaged. Especially when I get to the top. Everyone will look pretty good at the bottom, and then they'll get to the top and they'll just rest like this. Keep the engagement. Don't lose the engagement because it's that much harder to get it again. So I'm going to keep that athletic stance, keep the engagement of the glute at the top, go right back into it. Going right back into it. Another thing I like to do is I'll adjust at the bottom. So if I'm not feeling it a lot, I'll get to the bottom, I'll pull the band more. Now I'm really feeling that glute. I'm going to drive through that glute to stand. I want to load right back into it on the bottom. So this is exactly how it should look. This is all it needs to be. Great strength exercise. Great corrective exercise if you're someone that has those bad knees and those bad hips. So go ahead, give me a like, hit subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments and look for some more videos coming up soon.